A further major piece of news about Shiba Inu has just been released, and the market has begun to bounce quite aggressively. This video is something that you just cannot afford to miss if you have any kind of interest in Shiba Inu or if you have any SHIB tokens in your possession. So, what is the most recent information on the Shiba Inu coin? To what extent will all of this have an impact on the value of Shiba Inu? In the video that I am going to share with you today, I will provide answers to these concerns, and I will also share with you all of the information that has recently been released about Shiba Inu that makes them more expensive. Because I have put a lot of effort into this video, you should make sure that you watch it all the way through to the finish so that you do not miss any information. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Before we get into the meat of our discussion, however, let's take a look at the graph and see what the cost of Shiba is doing on August 7th, shall we? The current price of a Shiba Inu is around 1257 units. The price of SHIB has increased by 2.5% during the last 24 hours, and the amount of trade during that time period was $157 million. A market capitalization of more over $7.4 billion is now held by the token, which places it in the 24th position among the most valuable cryptocurrencies. At the time that you are watching this video, it is possible that these prices have changed. Please keep this in mind. This material does not constitute financial advice. Let's move on to the video for today, shall we? The top Shiba Inu creator has disclosed the reason for the delay in the introduction of the Shiba stablecoin. Since its inception, the Shiba Inu community has been eagerly awaiting the introduction of Shiba, an algorithmic stablecoin that will be used inside the SHIB ecosystem. The reason for the delay in the introduction of the Shiba Inu Shiba stablecoin. It is important to keep in mind that the Shiba Inu ecosystem crew made an announcement in 2021 on their intention to extend their ecosystem by launching new projects such as a collectible card game, a reward token, and Shiba stablecoin. After 4 years, the team has fulfilled its promise by releasing the CCG Shiba Eternity and the ecosystem reward coin treat. Both of these products are worth mentioning. On the other hand, the highly awaited Shiba coin has not yet been released, despite the fact that its introduction was previously planned for the year 2020. The release date is 2022. Since that time, the company has only given a few announcements on the launch of the Shiba stablecoin. Members of the community are beginning to doubt the reasoning for the delay as a consequence of this. With regard to this issue, Darius stated that the crew is now awaiting the establishment of clear legislation around stablecoins before moving forward with the SHIB project. The fact that this is the case suggests that the Shiba Inu ecosystem crew may introduce SHIB with defined restrictions for stablecoins. US is getting closer to establishing regulations for stablecoins. It is interesting to note that the United States is getting close to accepting complete regulation for stablecoins that are tethered to the dollar. In the United States Senate and House of Representatives, two rules that are very similar to stablecoins have made headway with backing from both opposing parties. At the federal level, the Genius and Stable bills are working toward the goal of providing regulation for dollar-pegged stablecoins, which is desperately required. Despite the fact that the Genius Act was passed by the Senate Banking Committee by a vote of 18-6, the House of Representatives is now the brilliant and stable measures are now awaiting judgments from the full chambers of the Senate and the House. Both legislation are merged by the legislators once they have passed, and then they are sent to the President of the United States for his signature. Given that President Donald Trump has been a strong supporter of dollar-pegged stablecoins, it is anticipated that he would put his signature on the rule and make it official. Stablecoins, in his opinion, have the ability to not only bolster the United States dollar, but also to increase its supremacy on a worldwide scale. During this time, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) recently made the announcement that the majority of stablecoins are not securities and, as a result, do not come within the regulatory scope of the SEC. Opportunities for SHIB's launch. The ecosystem team of Shiba Inu would only go forward with the SHIB project if the United States has established exact regulations for stable coins, notwithstanding the regulatory measures that are currently underway. To put this into perspective, SHI is an algorithmic stablecoin that is worth 1 cent per token and is tethered to the US dollar. Lucy, the head marketer for Shiba Inu, said that the crew had not yet devised a way to preserve SHI's 1 cent peg as of the previous year. SHIB has been subjected to extensive testing to guarantee that it does not suffer the same fate as previous algorithmic stablecoin efforts that have failed, such as Terra's UST. Although there is no launch date for SHI, the stablecoin has been put through extensive testing. If you are still watching, it would be wonderful if you could go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you very much for your time and attention. It is completely free of charge and very helpful in supporting the channel. Continue to keep an eye on the Shiba Inu coin to learn about the most recent Shiba Inu changes and to learn about what the future may hold for the Shiba Inu currency. The assistance of SHIB is essential. Volume increases by 26%, is a more significant rebound to come. Attempting to make a comeback, Shiba Inu is now trading close to 1250 units on Thursday, which represents a rise of 3% over the course of the last 24 hours. The SHIB is now approaching a major resistance zone that is located close to the 20-day parabolic moving average around 1,228 units. This comes after the SHIB temporarily touched a daily peak of 1,268 units today. Shiba bulls who are trying to reverse the current downward trend will face a significant obstacle in the form of clearing the 20-day exponential moving average EMA. Shiba has been successful in defending the support range of 1,050 units to 1,100 units over the previous several days, which is a favorable development for holders. Since the month of March, this area has served as a psychological floor in addition to its structural function on several occasions. The successful defense of this level, in conjunction with a 26% increase in trading volume, implies that bottom buyers may be coming in and accumulating the coin despite the general market volatility, as can be seen in the chart that follows. How did the burn rate come to a halt? There has been a significant decrease in SHIB's deflationary activities, which adds another layer of complication to the situation. Just recently, just 2.6 million tokens were purportedly destroyed, according to data obtained from the monitoring website ShibBurn, which reveals that the token burn rate has dropped by more than 92%. When compared to prior times of much greater burn activity, this stands in stark contrast. What kind of reaction is the SHIB crew giving? Pay attention to the usefulness. Lucy, a key marketer in the Shiba Inu environment, recently published a post in which she urged the community to disregard any negative feeling and instead concentrate on the introduction of forthcoming technological developments. Lucy teased technologies that are on the verge of being released and have the ability to revolutionize the usefulness of the ecosystem. She did not provide any information about these advancements. A system that is meant to reward user engagement inside Shibarium's Layer 2 system is called Karma on PuppyNet. This is one example of a development of this kind. Lucy emphasized that other more significant changes are planned, with the objective of shifting the narrative of SHIB away from being only a meme currency and toward being an ecosystem that is rich in its usefulness. The primary narrative of today's video is about to begin at this point. Suppose SHIB were to regain its all-time high, how much would $5,000 be worth in the future? Throughout the course of the day, the cryptocurrency market experiences a broad variety of rising and falling prices. While the volatility nature of the marketplace has the potential to bring about significant rewards for investors, it also has the potential to wipe away a significant portion of their earnings. Investors in Shiba Inu wanted to capitalize on the asset's fluctuation during the first few days of its existence. In spite of the fact that the meme coin continues to go through significant ups and downs, the amplitude of these fluctuations is quite minimal at the moment, since the asset is increasing. SHIB is anticipated to return to its previous level. Over the previous 24 hours, Shiba Inu has seen a 3% increase in sales. As of the time this article was written, the price of SHIB had reached a high of 1268 units. A significant increase of 3.25% occurred during the course of the previous day. The price of SHIB went from a low of 1165 units to a peak of 1,268 units before reaching its current level. In the year 2021, the meme coin reached a record high of 8,845 units, which was around 3 years ago. The Shiba Inu stock price is now trading 86% below its high. Although the likelihood of the asset regaining its top seems to be very low at the present, it is not completely out of the question. Since it was first introduced in the year 2020, SHIB has seen a rise of more than 14,617,576.92%. If $5,000 is invested now, is it possible to make significant gains? A Shiba Inu investment of $5,000 today would result in a return of $416 million. This is an important point to keep in mind. With 847,373 tokens, in the event that the meme currency reaches its record high level of 8,845 units, the initial investment of $5,000 would be converted into $36,853.43 in value. However, the issue that has to be answered is when the asset will return to its high. Based on the information provided by Telegon, it seems that the Shiba Inu system is very close to reaching this level of success. It was disclosed by the company that SHIB would achieve this peak in the year 2026. Even more impressively, the meme currency will reach 9,430 units, marking a new milestone in its history. This not only gives those who own SHIB a sense of relief, but it also gives the market a sense of optimism for the possibilities of SHIB. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.